OnlyFans in 2026 is not what it used to be, and if you've been a creator for any form of time, you've definitely felt it. The growth is slower, the competition is stiffer, and the things that used to work in the past, they're just not working the same. And how do I actually know this? Because I run an OnlyFans agency. I've worked with creators of all forms of sizes, big, small, different niches, different platforms, and there's a huge difference from the creators that are pulling in a measly $500 per month, $5,000 per month, or even up to $50,000 per month that really sets them apart. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 harsh truths about succeeding on OnlyFans in 2026 that most creators, most agencies do not want to share. This is insider scoop details. Not only am I going to give you the hard truths, I'm also going to share the solutions so that you can make 2026 your biggest year yet. Let's get into it. Harsh truth number 1, posting more is dead if you're not doing it correctly. Look, the old advice used to be post more, grow more. That was for an old system that used to work. You could get away with posting some very basic content 10 times per day and see some significant growth on your OnlyFans page. However, that is no longer the case if you're not following the proper system to achieve the results that you want. The reason being is because there's millions of OnlyFans creators now marketing on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, whichever platform that you'd like. So if you're not standing out from them, you might be posting 10, 15 times per day with consistency that would rival a professional athlete. But if your content isn't good enough to stand out from the new level of creators as of right now, you're dead in the water. And this is because back in the day, OnlyFans creators were very, very lazy when it came to social media content. When somebody would start posting 5 to 10 times per day, that was totally new. You could stand out with that because the algorithms loved that. Now, however, some of the most creative, most unique creators right now are beginning to up their content production because of the level of competition, both in the volume of content creators on social media and the quality now as well. So if you're posting the same old sorry videos every single day, you can't stand out in that way anymore just with volume. And the truth is, you're not just losing because you're posting too little, it's because you're blending into all of the noise. Most creators right now, there are millions of them on social media marketing their OnlyFans. A large majority make barely over $150 in a month. They're making the exact same content as somebody else they saw. They're selling to the exact same audience. They're bringing no personality, no uniqueness to all of their content. They're doing the exact same cookie cutter strategy that every other model is doing. And for the most part, they might see a lot of views on a video, but they truly do not know what is the subscriber growth on that OnlyFans page because of this content. How many of those followers on their OnlyFans page are actually purchasing content? So what's happening is a whole bunch of bland content is just constantly getting recycled on these OnlyFans feeds, and you can't stand out with that. So what the solution is branding. Branding sounds very vague. I could go ahead and say, you know Coca-Cola, you know Pepsi, you know LG, you know Netflix. Those are established brands. But when we're speaking about branding here, when it comes to the content that you're creating, you need to stand out. And this is one of the most important things that we tell our creators now. Back in the day, you could just be looking attractive in front of the video camera and just post a regular video with some trending sound and it would do really, really well. Look, if you have the pinnacle of a body, your face is incredible, maybe you can still get away with that to a degree, but the creators who might not look as good as your infamous IG model type girl that has an OnlyFans account are the ones that are showing personality, showing who they truly are. Hearing their voice, firstly, is a big one. The skits, they still kind of work. Those were more of an introspective view of that person. You get to hear their voice, see them act on video. That was pretty good. But right now, when it comes to branding, your brand is who you are. Those unique little things that you like, that you do, that nobody knows, at least on your social media platform, that if you were to show it, your followers on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, or Twitter would go, oh my God, I can't believe she likes that. That's so cool. I like this person even more. I like that myself. This is your brand. You are your brand. You don't need to create some fake persona online in order to create a brand. You just need to show more of you, talk more, share your opinion, and that's what's going to separate you from all of these cookie cutter models that are just running the same trending sounds 10 times a day, that are hoping and praying for their followers from their social media platforms to go over to their OF and make a few bucks. So there's this term in marketing that's called blue ocean, red ocean. Red ocean means blood in the water. Sharks are there. Everybody's competing in the same area. Blue ocean means this is where nobody is. There's no sharks over here. There's no other competition. So once you get recognized in your blue ocean area over there, you stand out from everybody because you're so unique. Your brand is shown because your personality is shown. You're communicating. You're sharing your opinion. You're being funny. You're being different. You're being quirky, and you're not putting on a facade. You're just being you. And another thing with this that we tell all of our creators, whenever they're creating social media content, OnlyFans content, it might seem normal to you. All of the things that you do on a daily basis. For example, I live here in Costa Rica. I'm from Canada originally. To me, now after 3 years of living here, it's absolutely normal to me. But for anybody else, they're gonna go, wow, that's incredible. You live in Costa Rica? I want to leave the United States of America. I wanna leave Canada. I wanna go to Costa Rica. That sounds incredible. But to me, it's normal. That's the same thing with you. You have certain hobbies, interests, or passions that are very unique, that are normal to you, but incredibly unique to others. The more you can present that, the more you're gonna be able to stand out. If you're looking to really scale your OnlyFans account and just focus on the most important aspect, creating content, making great content, posting content, and having a team of experts work around all of the annoying business aspects and helping you to scale your earnings without having to focus on all of the semantics, the technical aspects, well, good news, my agency is now currently accepting new members to work with. Caveat, we only work with motivated creators that want to get to that 0.01%. So what that includes is full content optimization, optimizing your Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, whatever it is, to ensure that your traffic that you get over to your OnlyFans is turned into dollars. As well, the best chatting in the game. I've been a creator myself and I've seen some really bad chatting from agencies that I've worked with previously. This is one of the reasons I actually created my agency. In addition to that, profile optimization on OnlyFans. So the traffic that you get from social media over to your OF converts, is satisfied, and wants to purchase as much content as they possibly can from you. In addition to that, DMCA legal takedowns. Let's be honest, everyone gets leaks. They always happen. This is why we've got a legal department that checks weekly to remove those from Google. Not only are they embarrassing, but they're hurting your income. So if that's something you might be interested in, either check the first pinned comment in the comment section or check out the description where you can book a free 30-minute call from a member from our team. In that call, we're going to be reviewing your account, giving you a bunch of free advice and suggestions that will help you to make more money. And if we feel like it might be a great fit to work together, then we'd love to do so and help you scale. Anyways, let's get back into the rest of the content. Harsh truth number 2, your chatting probably sucks. This was something I think almost about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we were really focusing on for our creators. We had some decent chatting, but I wanted to take it up a notch. Now, what you're gonna notice, I used to be a creator myself, a model on OnlyFans. One of the biggest things that I noticed is, from all the agencies that I had worked with in the past, the chatting was the most basic thing ever. Can you get us 3 mass PPVs to send out this week, which by the way, take a ton of time. 3 mass PPVs per week, 52 weeks in a year. You're talking about 158 mass PPV bundles that you need to send in a year. Tons of work. The fans aren't really gonna be fully buying into it. And then just basic chatting. There's no focus on ladder progressive sales. When I was a creator myself, I was very frustrated by the lack of sales and just consistent mass PPVs. It was so much work. It was frustrating. It was annoying. I didn't want to film that many times per week. So when I created this agency, one of my focuses on was creating the girlfriend experience. Like truly. There's a lot of agencies that say, oh yeah, we do girlfriend experience, and the fans really feel like they have a true relationship, and it's just they're talking out their ass. They really aren't doing that. They don't understand ladder selling. So one of your fans might buy a $20 piece of content and they'll just give away the most explicit piece of content, and then the fan is gone. They're gonna enjoy that. It was a 10-minute piece of content and they're not gonna want to purchase more. What we like to focus on is, as opposed to just focusing on 1 sale and done or 2 sales and done, we like to get into that 4, 5, and 6, where the price keeps incrementally increasing. And in addition to that, we like to use these special unique bundles for certain tiers of where your fan is purchasing, to get them in that mode, to get them to really have an experience. Chatting is not about let's make some sales. It's about selling the experience. Your fans on OnlyFans are not just there so that they can unlock some nude content. That is not why. Some yes, but the majority no. The majority of your sales, the majority of your income is going to be coming from an experience. Now, this experience needs to be from experienced chatting teams that have dealt with 6-figure per month models. This needs to be just the back of their hand. You know, when it comes to a fan and that fan is really enjoying the experience, that sales ladder is going to continuously go up and up and up and up. And that fan is going to continue to come back and purchase more and more and more, because it's not just buying spicy content. They're having a full experience. They love it. They wake up every single morning. The first thing that is on their mind is you. Harsh truth number 3, looks are not the end all and be all. In fact, the typical 9 or 10 creator on Instagram that also has an OnlyFans are more often than not getting out-competed by the creators that some would deem a 7, maybe a 7.5, because their online presence is just way better. What we're actually noticing right now are creators with smaller social media followings way out competing the creators with the huge social media followings with 500,000, a million followers on OnlyFans right now. Because being hot in a bikini on Instagram is getting shadowed by something that is way harder to copy. A real personality that shows quirks. The goal is to actually create a parasocial relationship. So those, wow, this is an incredibly attractive girl, but just like you don't see any window into their life. I could never talk to that person because they don't even seem like they have a personality. They're never talking on camera. I don't know anything about this person other than they take great photos and great videos. That's one of the biggest errors that you can make. So let me explain the fix to that. You remember back in the day, let's call it about 2015, 2016, when those girls with their Instagram profiles, when it was just photos at that time too, this was before IG Reels if I can remember correctly, and the photos were face tuned, looked incredible, perfect, there was no talking personality, maybe they had a supplement sponsor and they would show it with their hands just like that. That used to be the meta. Right now, that has gotten old. The followers on Instagram, everybody that uses Instagram is really tired of that. And those types of creators are quietly being ignored for a focus on more interesting. And this is actually what happened when TikTok released. We got to see people when they were on quarantine, they were locked into their houses, they had nothing to do. They were bored, they were filming weird videos, they had nothing to do. Everybody was off from work. You couldn't leave your house. People were filming videos of their cats with them in the videos, making weird challenges, filming all these crazy videos of themselves doing stunts, silly different trends. All of this is actually what changed the game when it comes to social media content. Yes, those girls that are attractive will still get the eyeballs, but are they going to get the conversions over to their OnlyFans the same way that somebody that is consistently bringing their personality, their energy to the camera and opening up the window to their life? I'll guarantee you not. And what this comes down to is not trying to be perfect on camera. The perfect pose, you know, you're all, whatever the poses are, or perfect on video. Perfection is what the followings are moving away from. They like the quirks, they like the personalities. The less you're perfect on camera, you already look good enough to be successful and to make a hell of a lot more money than you currently are right now. So the further that you move away from this trying to be perfect and show the realism of who you are, that is what's going to unlock significantly higher income for you. So that controversial opinion that you have, that weird belief that you have that everybody thinks you're crazy for, say it. Say it funny. Say it interesting. Another one that I love to give to all of my creators, the easiest form of content is to just reply to comments. You have comments on your videos. Those comments can be replied to. What I typically recommend to our creators, and it seems to work every single time, they'll get videos that'll get 50,000 views, 100,000 views, even more, is to pick the toxic comments. Pick the comments that make fun of you, that say, oh, you think you're so hot, but like, look at your legs, they look different. Go ahead and make a reply video to that. Talk on that video. Talk for 15 seconds. You don't even need to come up with content ideas for that. It's already made for you. And not only that, what's going to happen is your followers are going to come in to defend you. So an example, if somebody were to say, wow, you've got such weird legs, like I could never date a girl like that, they would love to, let's be honest, is the fact that you reply to that comment with a sense of wit, with a sense of humor, with a sense of, you're not bothering me. That shows true confidence. It makes content interesting. You want to try and do a spin on this where it's witty. Either you can lean into that comment, and for example, let's say there was a leg filter that makes your legs like chicken legs. You could make a video like that. That just came off the top of my head. You can make a video like that and go, they're not really that bad. And you're really rude for saying that. And honestly, I think a lot of people would love my legs. This is just straight off the head. You could definitely workshop that idea. This is what's gonna get the followers to really see that 1, you're unbothered, 2, you're funny, 3, you're witty, 4, oh my God, you're attractive. Does she have an OnlyFans? Okay, wow, she does. I'm definitely gonna go over there and subscribe. But not only that, once you make these videos replying to hate comments, you know what's gonna happen? All of your followers that love you are gonna come in there and start backing you up on the comment section. This person's crazy. They don't know what they're missing on. They're just so jealous. You know, you're beautiful, ignore them. You're gonna get way more comment engagement because of that. Because your following is gonna learn to love you because you've got a witty personal side. They already think that you're beautiful. This is one of the biggest hacks ever when it comes to creating content and showing more personality without thinking, what is it that I'm gonna film today to show, that I'm unique, that I'm different from other OF creators on social media. Now here's another one. This is a quick example right here. I love using this example. Share a unique, weird hobby that you have that you might think is normal. Maybe it's weird, but everybody else is gonna be like, this is awesome. I love that this girl loves this same thing that I like. That's so strange. Henry Cavill is the actor that played Superman. The most, if you were to define the perfect looking man, perfect chiseled jaw, incredible physique, great head of hair, totally jealous myself. He plays this board game that's also a video game as well. It's called Warhammer 3000 that pretty much you would imagine like the guys that were playing Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day or Pokemon back in the day, or even Pokemon now, I guess. Kind of classic nerd type activity. He plays that. That's the only thing I know about him. I don't know anything else about him other than that he looks like the most perfect, unbelievable man ever, and I wish I looked like him, and I don't. And that he plays this Warhammer 3000, and I go, that's cool. That's a unique human being. That's interesting. That's really cool that he shared that. And now he separates himself from other actors that may not be as open to showing those different types of hobbies, those quirky sides, those interesting sides. So lean into that. If you're really looking for more help on developing your personal brand and finding ways for you to stand out, if you think it's difficult because, well, I don't know, what is it that separates me from other creators? How can I really stand out? I don't know if I'm unique. You are. You 100% are. Then what I can offer you is a free 30-minute consultation call with an associate from our team. You can find it either in the description or the first pinned comment. And we can go through your social media accounts, answer some questions, and actually offer you free advice that is really going to help you to become the best creator that you possibly can. And if we feel that it's going to be a good fit and you would like to work with us, we actually do offer full agency service, the best chatting, as I mentioned in this right here, so that your fans feel like they have this full experience. They love it. They wake up first thing in the morning, they're thinking about is you, and they would just love to purchase more of your content and get to know you more and stay for a much longer period of time. In addition to that, full profile optimization on your OnlyFans. So when your traffic goes from your social media over to your OF, they're actually going to subscribe. There's many different levers that we can pull to achieve that, such as content volume on your page, type of content over there, profile photo, cover photo, welcome message, welcome discount. And in addition to that, one of the most important things, DMCA legal takedowns. So if you've got leaks on Google in these weird forums, in these Google Drives, trust me, if you Google your name plus OnlyFans leaks, you're gonna find a whole world of hurt. That's one of the very first things that we take care of. Then we'd love to work with you. However, I will put this caveat out here. We only work with serious creators who are willing to put in the work, who are willing to listen to advice and work collaboratively to get you to that 0.01%. So if that doesn't sound like you, don't worry, just ignore it. You can still go ahead and enjoy all the free content that I'm gonna be sharing here on this YouTube channel that will make you a more successful creator. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button down below. Also be sure to subscribe for more OnlyFans tips that are gonna make you more money.